Alright everybody, here we go with another 12 days of music magic and one of my top 10 bands of all time, Uriah Heep, and as I get older, they become more important to me. Here's my album divider. Seen them, I'll bet you I've seen them about 6 times. So hard to find any books on Uriah Heep. I have this Uriah Heep, The Best of Memories. And that's what it is. It's news clips, newsletters, and tour programs from that 50-year span. And it is a big book, and it would take forever to read it. And as you can see by the type size, it would take a magnifying glass too. But a lot of interesting stuff in here. And then also, same publisher of the On Track, Every Album, Every Song books that I show. They do these series called Decades, Uriah Heep in the 1970s, and that's the most important decade for Uriah Heep. So first up, we have their debut, and we have the UK and the US versions on CD, LP and CD. They go through 3 different drummers, their first 3 albums. But the first album, that is Nigel Olsson of the Elton John Band playing drums on there. Up next, LP and CD and US UK versions again of Salisbury. This is the beginning of a really, 5-album stretch of really fantastic albums. Up next then, Look at Yourself, the LP and CD. And this is the extended version. And we have Demons and Wizards. Man, I really wish they would have done like a 50th anniversary box set. They could have combined Demons and Wizards and Magician's Birthday. But I mean, this is their breakout. It has Easy Living on it. There's the CD. The CD is a extended edition. And we've got that song, Why, right there. That is a 10-minute epic. And who's ever playing bass on there, because there's some dispute as to whether or not it's Gary Thane or Paul Newton. But whoever it is a spectacular performance. Then we have The Magician's Birthday. This album cover also, like Demons and Wizards, done by Roger Dean of Yes fame. There's the CD. This also has a number of bonus tracks, previously unreleased songs. You can make really about 2 albums, taking all the bonus tracks from these Heep albums. We have Sweet Freedom, which is really their last great album, 1973. Ken Hensley, my second favorite keyboard player. And we have Wonder World, LP and CD. Took me a long time to get into this album, but I do like it a lot more now than certainly when it came out. Then we have Return to Fantasy, LP and CD. Then we have David Byron, their original lead singer, his last album with them. And this is also an expanded deluxe edition. And some fine tracks on here. Name of the Game, that's a pretty good song. Sundown. Yeah, some good stuff. So, David is gone. And in comes John Lawton of Lucifer's Friend fame. Try saying that fast 3 times. Here you go. LP and CD. And we have Innocent Victim and the US and UK different covers. This is another expanded one. Lots of extra tracks. Fallen Angel. And this is also an expanded. Then the last album with Ken Hensley. He goes solo, and it's the album Conquest. I do have the album and CD. Took me a long time to get into this, and I think it's because of the singer. I think it's John Sloman. been in the band Lone Star. Does it show here? Yeah, John Sloman. And now they've got Chris Slade on drums too, and Trevor Boulder. Trevor's getting older. Abominage. A lot of people like this album. I still struggle with it. I think that's 82. Head First. And I have the LP and CD. Right? Yes, we do. Okay. Moving on to Equator. I think this is quite possibly their worst album. Just cannot get into this one bit. Then we have Raging Silence. Now I don't have the LP on this. You can see it better. That's 1989. Then, what's up next? Oh, Different World. Do not have the LP on this either. I don't think the vinyl's been released on any of those. Sea of Light. Once again, I don't think that's been issued out on LP. And then Sonic Origami. I like this album a lot. 1998. And then they take a 10-year break. Come out with Wake the Sleeper. And then the only album of theirs that I do not own is called Into the Wild. Came out 2011. Can't find it. Then we have a string of 3 very good albums in the later years here. It starts in 2014. The Outsider. I love this album cover. I just love that artwork. Pretty cool. And I have a CD. And then we have Living the Dream. And of course I have the CD on that too. I think this is a blue vinyl. Yep. And then finally, their most recent, Chaos and Color, the LP and the CD. So that takes care of all their proper studio albums. So let's move into some live Heep. So we have, of course, Uriah Heep Live 73, and of course I have the LP. This is the remixed, because there's also a bonus disc here with some other songs from the tour. Then we have what? We have Live in Europe 79. So now this is John Lawton on lead vocals. And then I have the official Bootleg Series box set. This is 6 CDs. We've got Live in Sweden 2009, Live in Budapest 2010, Live in Japan 2010, Live in Australia 2011, Live in Athens, Greece 2011, and then Live at the Rock of Ages Festival in Germany 2008. I don't know why they went out of sequence there with the date, but I think this one's pretty hard to find, so I'm glad to have it. And what else we got here? Oh, we have Acoustically Driven. They did a little play here on the Magician's Birthday artwork, which they do then again here on the Magician's Birthday Party. Neither one of these, I believe, are official releases. I'm not sure, but a nice mixture of songs from different eras. And then their most recent release, this tiny little box set, Uriah Heep, The Shadow and the Wind, 73 through 74. And the main reason why I bought this is because, well, it's not because of that booklet, believe me. And it's not because of these two. They throw in these 2 studio albums because the live albums that are represented in here, it's from those tours. You get 73, which I just showed you I already have. But did they extend this? I can't remember. No, they didn't. But then you get Uriah Heep Live 74, some songs that are not on Uriah Heep Live, and then you get Live at Shepperton 74. So there you go. That takes care of Uriah Heep. I've only got a couple more of these to do. That is it. Thank you.